Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Psycho Gold, this is Psycho Gold Videos, and today we're going to be checking out Mob Psycho 100 Season 2, Episode 4. In the last episode, we had Mob having a bit of a crisis deciding whether or not it's okay to take out spirits just because they're spirits, because ultimately the spirits in that episode weren't bad guys, they weren't doing anything wrong, they just wanted to exist in their old house, spend a bit more time together because they weren't sure what was going to happen when they moved on. And even though he wasn't very clear about it, what Mob was kind of saying is that if he doesn't take out the spirits, then he might have to take out the humans. And, you know, he was kind of worrying himself internally, completely separate to the situation he was dealing with, whether or not he might one day become a bad guy. And that led hand in hand into why he wasn't fighting back against the bullies, and why he doesn't fight back against people in general, because he is worrying that he might one day use his psychic powers for the completely wrong reasons, and once he starts doing so, there really isn't anybody out there who could stop him, and he doesn't think he'd stop himself if he ever actually did go down that path. Like, once he started, he's just gonna keep getting worse and worse until eventually he is basically a supervillain. Let's be honest, with the amount of power that Mob has under his disposal, he wouldn't be just any old villain, would he? He would be the definition of a supervillain. And I really don't think there's anybody else in Mob's world, at least that we've met, that would actually stand a chance if Mob decided to, quote-unquote, go bad. But with that said, we have been watching this new season for 3 episodes, and this will be episode 4. And we haven't, as of yet, actually seen the Mob Psycho counter raise due to any kind of situation he's been in, which is actually kind of surprising. We have seen it go up in, like, the end of certain episodes, and there have been moments where I thought it was going to rise as part of the episode, but maybe they're not going to be continuing that idea from the first season, or it's one of those things that is going to slowly come back. But I am wondering if, given that this will be 4 episodes, whether this might be the episode where we finally see a Mob explosion of his emotions and we might get to see him back at 100% doing some things. Because as good as the 3 episodes that we've seen so far has been, it did occur to me, hang on a minute, we haven't actually had any explosions. It's Mob Psycho 100, man. He's got to go to 100. So, let's see what episode 4 has in store for us. If it's more excellent storytelling like the last episode, I'm fine with that too. But it would be very interesting if we're going to see Mob go to 100 and remind us why that him being a bad guy would be absolutely terrifying. Either way, let's find out. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, this place looks like it's seen better days. Inside, evil spirit. How does he know that? He'll even pay for our taxi whilst they're on a train. Well, I was just gonna say, wait, what? Okay, yep, Reagan's not exaggerating. This guy definitely has the money. I was gonna say, what have they walked into? Oh, okay. Is she possessed? Okay, well, I'm guessing from the way she's looks to be restrained, I'm gonna go with yes. Stimple! What is it with rock, paper, scissors showing up in everything lately as a way to decide? I don't understand. We saw it in Hunter x Hunter as well the other day. Which, no, for those people wondering, is not dead. I was gonna say, she's manipulating the other people outside the room. Yeah, I was gonna say, I kind of believe him, because she's doing this too effectively for it to be any other thing. Wait, is he just saying that? Or, yeah, I was gonna say, is he just saying that because he wants the money? Oh! Oh, damn! Oh, my lord! She was obviously listening to you. Oh! Reagan, my lad! Wait, is he talking about the psychic that came and expelled the other spirit he was with? Oh, okay. He was an assassin. Wow. So he used his powers to kill people. Oh, because he was Okay, that makes sense. I was just going to say, how does he not have enough money from being a big entertainer? But that makes sense. The old dimple! I've come to absorb you. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, man. He's definitely completely lost it. Oh, he's doing a force choke. Oh, Mob just intervened and saved him. What just happened? Oh, dear. So, the only main psychic of the group, well, apart from Mob, just got possessed. Oh, you've got to love it when Reagan's unorthodox methods actually worked. Reagan's special attack comes back. Anytime, Mob. Yep. Oh, yes! Progress towards Mob's explosion has gone up. Which might be the episode we finally see him get serious again. I was gonna say, you're really aggravating Mob. Oh, here comes the percentage rise. His hair's gone up. I was gonna say, all you're doing is aggravating Mob. Wait. I was gonna say, hang on, what's he talking about? Oh, just like we saw in the other episode. Okay, so this is completely different to anything we've seen previously. We're actually got a spirit that Mob can't simply, defeat. Oh man, he's so creepy looking like that. Oh dear. Nice try, Reagan. Oh, he defended his head quite nicely though. Oh, damn, Dimple's actually putting up a decent fight. For a minute. This is very, very different to anything we saw in the first season. It's great. Yeah, I was gonna say, Mob has a lot of power. I just, What? What's... But... Okay. Well, he's telling us stuff I kind of already know. Uh-oh. I don't like the way this is going. The way he looks, the way the animation is. I think we all know what's going to happen in a second. What? Or not? I got nothing. How could it end on that much of a goddamn cliffhanger?
Eventually.
What the fuck? So, in this episode, we had a very different structure than we've had in previous Mob Psycho episodes. And I think it's safe to say that they were playing with expectations of how we thought this fight was going to go. Definitely, I think I fell into that trap, and probably many people who watched this episode did as well, of assuming that Mob was going to just take him out once he got serious. Instead, we actually had something of a stalemate where Mob wouldn't actually do that because he didn't want to hurt the girl, even though, given what the other spirit has done, I'm not really sure that there's much left of that body to protect. But yeah, if she can feel all of that, I would not want to be her, man. Like, that spirit does not seem to have any consideration for what he's doing whatsoever. Which I thought was going to be the catalyst that actually set Mob over the edge and he would finally get rid of him, but looks like it's going to be a bit more complicated than that. So the episode has ended on a cliffhanger, you could call that. Yeah. I don't like it when episodes end on cliffhangers, especially when I don't know it's coming, or it's not something I've seen coming. Like, I did not expect that to be the end of the episode. I mean, now that I think about it, there were actually quite a lot of storylines in the first season that didn't end in like a self-contained episode, but we haven't really had that in this season yet. And, you know, if the next episode is like a continuation of this episode, what I said about how this episode or this storyline could end could still hold true. It's just going to be in episode 5, not in episode 4, as I still think that when Mob hits 100, everything is going to go, well, everything is going to go off in a bang, let's put it that way, especially with how much power this psychic slash spirit has. This is going to be a very interesting conversation? This is going to be a very interesting confrontation when Mob finally decides to show off just exactly how much power he has. But I'm not entirely sure how he's going to get out of his current predicament. So he's changed Mob's memories to the point where he no longer has his psychic abilities, but as far as he's concerned, he never has had them, and he thinks he's just living his regular life, whilst they're both inside of the girl's body, and Dimple and Reagan are outside trying to not, I assume, trying to survive whilst the spirit is still attacking them. So it's really hard to tell how much time is passing relative to each other. I would assume that's what's happening inside the psychic battle is happening in the space of a few seconds, even though from their perspective it could go on for a very long time. This episode, though, was very well done in my opinion. It started off small, got bigger, and it ramped up, and I loved how they showed that Reagan actually had sussed out that it was an evil spirit, even though all the other alleged psychics had decided that it wasn't. But Reagan worked it out, not through having psychic abilities of his own, but just through simple observation. Like, he tricked her into thinking that he believed her, and then once he was on the other side of the doorway, he was like, yeah, no, that's definitely not a girl, and there's too many things that don't work here, and they don't add up. And then literally, once he'd finished saying all of that, he was proven correct as the other psychic came hurtling through the window, and, you know, all of the pretenses were dropped. My guess is that he inhabited the girl because she's the daughter of somebody rich who could afford to gather together so many alleged psychics in one place, and he was hoping to absorb their psychic energy to continue to increase his own level of power, as he does seem to be obsessed with becoming a really powerful psychic villain. Now obviously, I don't think he was expecting to encounter anybody like Mob, but now that he has, he's ecstatic slash overwhelmed with happiness, and the way he was able to disable Mob in the mental realm, and he was saying, you know, that this was actually a trap, like he expected Mob to try and do what he did, is kind of a little bit scary. And the way he was able to, like, crush Mob, take away his powers, and then turn him into stone dust, I'm not really sure. I don't really know exactly what was going on there, but he's definitely not a pushover. Like I say, Mob still didn't reach 100, and I think when he does, and I think there's a very good chance that he will in the next episode, I don't care how powerful this new spirit is, man. When Mob hits 100, this spirit's in trouble, and that's all I'm gonna say. The fact that Mob has decided to trust Dimple with his body is also really interesting. I wonder if that's going to be part of a plan that Mob has going as well, or whether that's simply that Mob is actually trusting Dimple, and even though Dimple is still acting evil at times, I'm wondering if Mob has decided that Dimple is actually not going to betray them, and, you know, even though it might cross Dimple's mind that in the end he's gonna be a good guy, so to speak, which, you know, I have kind of thought before at previous occasions. He has kind of become one of the crew, but we'll have to see what happens as the story goes forward, I suppose. Either way, guys, other than the fact that that was absolutely incredible, I don't have much to say on that episode. All I really want is for it to be next Monday so that we can see the next episode. God damn it! Cliffhangers! Ah! This episode was so hype, man. I loved it once it kicked off. It was everything I wanted from Mob Psycho 100, but it wasn't. It definitely played with what I thought was going to happen and went in a new direction, which I kind of love. And I'm very excited to see where the writers are going to be taking this series next and just what exactly the storyline has in store for us. Obviously, if you've read the manga, then you already know the answer to those questions, or at least have a good idea. But for an anime only like me, I'm very excited to see just where this season is going to head to next. If you enjoyed my reaction, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Drop comments down below letting me know what you thought of this episode. Were you as surprised as I was that Mob wasn't just able to win instantly? Were you hyped to see a battle between two psychics of very, not equal power, because I still think Mob is more powerful deep down, but for the moment, it definitely looks like Mob is on the ropes, and given the way this episode ended, I really want to know how he's going to get out of this. But you know what I mean. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. If you're new around here, feel free to click that subscribe button, maybe have a look around to see some of the other videos that I've got for you to check out. If you do click subscribe, be sure to ring that bell to allegedly stay notified, and that's going to be it from me, guys. As always, my name is Psycho Gold, and I will see you in my next video. Psycho Gold, out.